Manikam. Our top story this hour, Chinese market regulators are holding a press conference here in Beijing. They're expected to brief the media about their work plan for 2023, the first year since the Communist Party of China concluded its 20th National Congress. It's one of several press briefings held by government ministries in recent weeks. Now let's go live to the news briefing.
大家下午好。
Welcome to the press conference by the State Council Information Office. This is another press conference or the 14th of the Embarking on a New Journey, a government perspective series press conference. We are happy to have with us Minister Luo Wen of the State Administration for Market Regulation, who will brief you on energizing the market and solidifying the foundation for high-quality development, and will take your questions. We are also happy to have with us Ms. Gan Lin, Mr. Tian Shihong, and Mr. Pu Chun, who are Vice Ministers of the SAMR. And I now give the floor to Mr. Luo Wen. Friends from the media, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to say a big thank you to you for the understanding, support and help you have extended over the years to market regulation work. I am very delighted to have the opportunity this afternoon to meet you, to brief you on our approaches to implementing the major decisions and plans set out at the 20th CPC National Congress and update you on our progress. At the 20th National Congress of the CPC, General Secretary Xi Jinping stressed that to build a modern socialist country in all respects, we must first and foremost pursue high-quality development. We should push to foster a new development paradigm and work hard to promote high-quality development. Over the years, we have been deeply realized that high-quality economic and social development cannot be achieved without the hundreds of millions of vibrant and resilient business entities. Since the 18th CPC Congress, China's market size has expanded significantly, the market structure and environment have been improved continuously, and all kinds of business entities are booming. All these have provided a strong underpinning for steady economic growth and overall improvement in China's comprehensive strengths. This year is the first year of fully implementing the guiding principles set forth at the 20th CPC National Congress, and it is particularly important to do well in our economic work. We market regulators will resolutely implement the decisions and plans of the CPC Central Committee and the State Council, give full play to our advantages of being close to the market and business entities, further improve the regulatory mindset and relevant systems and mechanisms, explore new ideas and measures, and make greater efforts to galvanize all types of business entities so as to consolidate the foundation for higher quality growth and appropriate increase in economic output. First, we will deepen reform to promote vitality. On one hand, we will improve the systems for market entry, permit, and exit, develop unified, standardized, fair and transparent regulatory rules, further reduce the institutional transaction costs for business entities, and provide more facilitation for the production and operation of enterprises. On the other hand, we will also continuously improve regulatory approaches, enhance the efficiency of regulation, and enable precision and well-conceived, ongoing and ex-post oversight through means such as credit rating-based regulation and smart regulation. The second is to promote fair competition to enhance vitality. Protecting and promoting fair competition and creating an inclusive and level-playing business environment help fully motivate businesses, spur their creativity, and invigorate their internal dynamism and innovation. We, the market regulators, will always enhance regulation and promote development at the same time. We will take solid steps to develop fair competition systems, protect fair competition, safeguard consumer interests, and uphold the unified national market. We will investigate and handle various acts of monopoly and unfair competition in accordance with the law, fully implement the fair competition review system, and work to provide broader space for the development of all types of business entities. The third is to conduct law-based regulation to increase vitality. To energize market vitality, it is also necessary to give full play to the important role of the rule of law in securing the foundation, stabilizing expectations, and bringing long-term benefits. We market regulators will further strengthen the sense of the rule of law, use law-based means, put regulation and law enforcement entirely under the rule of law, and further enhance the stability of regulation and predictability for enterprises. We will work to ensure law is enforced in a consistent and coherent manner, and enhance market confidence and stabilize market expectations with fair and impartial regulation. We will integrate the law, reason, and common sense and ensure good timing, intensity, and effectiveness of our regulation, so that regulation and law enforcement is forceful but not insensitive. Fourth, we will provide enterprises with support and help to increase their vitality. The numerous enterprises and self-employed individuals are the main players of the market economy and the embodiment of market vitality. We market regulators will redouble efforts to improve and implement measures to support businesses, put ourselves in their shoes, and put forward practical solutions to help solve difficulties they face. We will work to better support self-employed individuals, and in particular, we will intensify our category-based targeted efforts to help them grow further. We will step up support to help businesses improve quality and gain strength and competitiveness. At the same time, we will make greater efforts to address illegal fees levied on businesses to reduce their burdens. Fifth, we will ensure sound market order to promote vitality. To create a soft environment that stimulates market vitality, we need the hard means of a sound market order. We, the market regulators, will resolutely deal with price gouging, infringements and counterfeiting, false advertisement and other behaviors that undermine market rules and other acts that disrupt market order. Especially in food, medicine, industrial products, special equipment and other key areas that directly affect people's health and life. We will be strict in all our work, intensify regulation and law enforcement, hand out severe punishments for acts that violate laws and regulations, and ensure sound market order so as to ensure market vitality is fully released. That is my opening remarks. My colleagues and I are now very happy to take questions from you, the journalists. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Luo Wen. Now the floor is open for questions. Please identify your media affiliation before raising your questions.
谢谢主持人。南方都市报记者提问。我们都知道，以小摊贩为代表的
We know that self-employed sector, represented by small vendors, are the capillary of the economy and vital to economic recovery. And what measures will be taken this year to encourage their development? Thank you for your question. Indeed, the self-employed sector is an important part of the socialist market economy. In China's industrial, supply and consumption chains, they are the capillary and the smallest cells. They also provide the most direct services to the general public. You know that since the 18th CPC Congress, self-employed sector in China saw vibrant development. The number of such businesses grew from 40 million in 2013 to 160 million now. These self-employed individuals played an important and positive role in job creation, improving people's lives, and spurring market vitality. We should also see, however, that self-employed individuals are run by individuals and their families. They are small in size, they are weak in terms of risk resilience, and have limited competitiveness in the market, especially when confronted with downward economic pressure and the shocks of COVID-19. They face quite a lot of difficulties in their survival and development. Therefore, they require redoubled care and support. Going forward, the SAMR will fully implement the decisions and plans made at the 20th Party Congress, step up support and assistance, and promote their healthy development. First, we will further implement the regulations on promoting the development of self-employed individuals. Last October, we rolled out this regulation. We will fully leverage the interagency meeting mechanism and work with relevant agencies and departments to actively study supportive policies in terms of social security, tax, and fees. We will continue to do well in the National Self-Employed Individuals Service Month and other activities in order to provide strong support and assistance to self-employed individuals. Second, we will implement the type and category-based trials for the self-employed individuals. We put self-employed individuals into 3 types: survival, growth, and development, and 4 categories based on their strengths in their brand, specialty, product quality, and creativity, and then provide very targeted and well-thought-out assistance and help and support. And we will also step up research and studies and surveillance and analysis to improve our services. Third, we will make good use of the platforms for providing services to self-employed individuals. We will see that such platforms are led by the government, participated by the market, and shared by entire society. That they will pool resources from all sectors and provide all kinds of information services to self-employed individuals in terms of entrepreneurship, training, recruitment, law, and policies, to ensure that policies are better known and benefit more, and help the self-employed individuals better leverage their strengths and be better integrated into the market. Fourth, we will enhance party building in this section of the economy. We will actively explore party building in new business forms and among population for new types of employment. We will put party building in the process of our regulation and services. In particular, we will encourage the establishment of party building work stations at the local market regulation offices so that high-quality party building will be able to bring about high-quality development of self-employed individuals. Thank you.
Standard leading is an important symbol for a country to enter high-quality development and participate in high-quality competition. In promoting high-quality development, what role has standardization played? And going forward, how will the SAMR conduct its work in this area? Thank you for your question. This is a very important question. The competition among enterprises is more about standardization. Mr. Tian Zhihong will take a question as this falls into his portfolio. Standardization is important. Underlying rule and institution. It is one of the quality infrastructure of our country. So it is an important technical force underpinning high-quality development. President Xi Jinping said that only high standard will lead to high-quality development. It also plays an underlying and guiding role in modernizing our governance. The CPC Central Committee and the State Council highly values standardization and released a relevant outline in this regard, laying a comprehensive blueprint for our work in this area. The SAMR has always taken standardization as an important task in our effort to promote high-quality development. And we have done our work to further improve an institution, rules and regulations in this area, and we are also striving to bring our standardization better in line with international rules, so that standardization can further promote our high-quality opening up. We have done the following. The first is to strengthen the top-level design for our standardization system, and we have worked with other 15 ministries and departments to release an action plan and to promote such projects in high-quality equipment manufacturing, the standardization of new industries, and the carbon peaking and neutrality programs, etc. And we have also released a series of guiding documents in green development, digital villages, and smart manufacturing. So all of these are policy guarantees. Second, we have expedited our work in improving a provision structure of standardization. On the one hand, we have ensured that standardization is a public welfare issue, so it should be guided and regulated by the government, but at the same time, we welcome the participation of the non-public sector. Now we have released 43,000 state-level standards and 78 industry standards on record, and 62,000 local standards, and 53 self-declaration disclosure group standards, and 2.7 billion enterprise standards. In particular, we have over 3,200 world-leading enterprise standards. So this is the basic structure of our standardization effort, involving both the government and the non-private sector, as well as the enterprises themselves. Third, we have sped up our efforts in promoting standardization in a wide range of areas. And the standardization of production in agriculture has exceeded 30%, and in industry, the quality of standardization has been increasing. And 90% of the major equipment manufacturing and the new generation of IT has exceeded 90%, and for the major commodities, 95% have been brought in line with the international standard. And the newly added standards in the service sector has increased by 12% year-on-year. And all our efforts has covered 37 social programs in administrative management and basic social services, etc. So it has been playing a more prominent role in serving our opening up program and improving the well-being of the general public. Fourth, we have been consolidating the foundation for standardization. Now we are making whole life cycle management on standardization, and we have 1,300 relevant organizations and over 50,000 experts have registered in this regard, and 12,000 experts have registered as ISO experts. Now we have 7,300 demonstration projects. And we have about 30 standardization innovation base. Going forward, we will further implementing the guiding principles of the 20th CPC National Congress and further implement the two outlines I just mentioned, and we will further promote that the provision of standards will be done by both the government and the non-private sector, and the development will be more quality-oriented instead of quantity-oriented, and it will be driven more by the domestic market as well as the international market, and will quicken our pace in building a system that will better serve high-quality development and social-economic development. Thank you.
请继续提问。那边吧，第3排那位男记者。对。
日本共同社的质量提问。2021年，中共市场监管总局依据反垄断法，对阿里巴巴集团等等在中国境内
In April 2021, the SAMR passed punishments on Alibaba and other groups in terms of their abuse of dominant power in their market. So, how are things in this sector in terms of anti-monopoly? Thank you for your question. That is a topic that has attracted a lot of attention, and I invite Ms. Gan Lin to take this question. Thank you for your interest in our work in anti-monopoly work. As is said before, we have been working to promote development and regulate at the same time. We are improving the competition order of the platform economy in order to stimulate the creativity and dynamism of SMEs on these platforms and platform companies. And I would like to point out that in addition to administrative punishments, we have other means, including bringing them in for talks, administrative guidance, and rules guidance, and other tiered regulatory measures. And they together constitute our regular anti-monopoly regulation. We are using these means as the situation requires, which will enhance the level and intensity of competition in platform economy. First, we are improving the rules and systems. You know that we've revised the anti-monopoly law and added the rules and regulations on the anti-monopoly regulation and law enforcement for internet platforms, and revised the regulations on prohibiting monopolistic agreements and the abuse of dominant position, and refined the detailed rules so as to provide clearer guidelines for operators. Second, we are improving competition compliance guidance. On top of these cases that we dealt with in accordance with the law, we are instating a complete ban on monopolistic behaviors such as either-or choices, and encourage those platform companies to enhance compliance. And we are making use of those typical cases as a deterrence and encourage the market environment to be improved. And third, we are improving the level of regulation. In particular, we strengthen the regulation throughout the process, enhance the evaluation, surveillance, and early warning in terms of market competition, improve preventive regulatory measures, and effectively prevented and diffused the monopolistic risks on the platform of the internet, and ensured fair competition, thus providing good environment for healthy development of this sector. Thank you. CCTV.
Recently, the CPC Central Committee and the State Council issued an outline on improving the quality of development, which provides guidelines for coordinated efforts to build a quality country. What are the SAMR's plans for implementing this outline this year?
Thank you for your question.
Quality is what underpins people's life and work. To build China into a quality powerhouse is an important way for better meeting people's needs for a better life and improving their well-being. Since the 18th Party Congress, people's quality awareness has increased markedly, and so have the quality of products and service, and especially the outline you just mentioned, that provides a guideline for us in turning China into a quality powerhouse. This year, the SAMR will do the following three things. First, to solidify the one foundation, and this foundation is the quality infrastructure, including measurement, standard, certification and accreditation, and testing. So all of them are important underpinnings for our efforts to build China into a country strong in quality. We will quicken our pace in putting in place an advanced measurement system and optimize a supply structure involving both the government and the non-public sector, so as to improve the measurement and testing capacity. And we will select and build a series of national-level quality standard testing lab, and will provide one-stop service so as to better unleash our potential in service. Second, we will carry out two programs, namely the programs to improve the quality for products and service. In terms of product quality, we will focus on the important areas involving food, medicine, etc., and some vulnerable groups, including the senior, students, children, and children with disability. We will conduct wide-ranging supervision and improve quality security. In terms of service quality, our focus will be better our supervision in terms of life service, and we will conduct our supervision on a sector-by-sector place so as to ensure that the general public have access to high-quality life. Third, we will carry out three projects. Concerning regions, we will conduct a demonstration project on the quality development region-wide and to explore the flagship cities in improving quality. And we will also build demonstration zones in regarding to how many high-quality brands have been established. Industry-wide, we will try to increase the quality of industrial chains, and we will try to make breakthroughs on generic technologies and to ensure that all the industries will move to a higher end. Concerning enterprises, we will try to build more well-known brands to better nurture our enterprises, and we will hold the selection of recognition of the 5th China Quality Award and try to put in place more exquisite products and more century-old brands. Thank you. The report to the 20th CPC National Congress included social credit into the basic system of market economy. What achievements has the SAMR made in building a credit system and strengthening credit supervision in recent years? Thank you for your question. Credit is a pass in the market economy. It plays an important role in improving the market economy, and I'd like to invite Mrs. Bu Chun to take a question. President Xi Jinping said that the market economy is credit economy. Since the 18th National Congress, the SAMR has has been implementing the decisions and plannings of the CBC National Committee and the State Council, and we have put in place a new supervision mechanism featuring 2 randoms, 1 public, and supervision on priority areas and credit supervision as the foundation. So we have ensured a targeted supervision on enterprises, and in the coordinated efforts, we have improved the efficiency of supervision so that the supervision has better served socioeconomic development. First, we have put in place a collection system for all the credit information, and we have put in place an information disclosure system, and we have put and disclosed the registration and a report administrative certificate, punishments, and random testing, and some other information. So this has made all the business's information more transparent, and it has also solved the problem of information asymmetry, and it has brought down the costs of market transactions. It has also encouraged the general public in play a supervising role. And after this system was put into place, we have pulled about 5.4 billion information. And this system has been visited by 300 billion times, so that can be translated into 100 million times every day. Second, we have put in place a restriction and punishment system for dishonest behaviors. We have established a blacklist for those illegal and dishonest conducts and behaviors. And we have put in place a joint system for punishing all the disconduct system, so that those dishonest entities will face restrictions and punishments in all areas when they should be punished. And by February this year, now we have disclosed 436,000 items of punishment information, and we have removed 2.87 million enterprises out of the blacklist, and 9.8 million self-employed individuals have resumed normal operation. Third, we have promoted the random testing and supervision across the board. Now we have made the 2 random and 1 public supervision a regular practice, and we have phased out the original tool of inspection and well, and we have put in place a supervision and regulatory system with a clear line of responsibilities and obligations, and with high efficiency and transparency. And we will continue to regulate the regulatory and supervision behaviors, and we will conduct joint inspections, and we have tried our best to conduct as few as inspections possible, so as to increase the efficiency of inspection cost. Fourth, now we have categorized management on different kinds of enterprises. For those with a good credit rating and low risk, we will set an appropriate times of supervision and inspection, and for those with a low credit score and with a high risk, now we have conducted more regulation and supervision, so that all the regulations are more targeted and precise. So for these honest and law-abiding entities, we have decreased our tool of inspection, and for those who don't, we have carried out as many as inspections as possible or as necessary. Fifth, we have focused on the key important areas, such as in food, drugs, and some other important industrial areas, as well as for those areas that have a direct bearing on public security and people's life security and asset security. And we have conducted precise supervision, and we have effectively diffused and prevented risks, and we have held out the bottom line of security. Thank you.
第三排那位记者，对，
谢谢主持人，新京报记者提问。价格稳定与消费信心的提振呢
Price stability is closely linked to boosted consumer confidence. In recent years, price-related topics have garnered wide public interest. What has the SAMR done to keep prices stable? Thank you for your question. Prices have always been an issue of wide-ranging interest. Mrs. Scanlin will take your question. Thank you for your question. Prices is the barometer of the market economy. It plays an important role in all areas of economic activities, and it concerns each and every consumer. We know that since last year, the inflation has reached record highs repeatedly in major economies worldwide. Against this backdrop, we have basically kept our prices stable. This is no easy feat. Now, you say that what we have done in keeping prices stable, now we have grounded our work in our responsibilities and functions. We have done the following three things. First one is pandemic-related supplies. We have conducted rigorous supervision to prevent the prices for the drugs and some protective suits and medicines from increasing too quickly in terms of prices. Since the COVID pandemic, epidemic-related supplies prices has been of great concern to the CPC Central Committee and the State Council, as well as to the general public. At the turn of the year, and some illicit entities have hoarded the supplies that are related to the COVID. And the SAMR have released a warning against the hoarding and driving up prices. And we have made clear a 5-no decision and warning to the public. And up until now, over 6,000 cases have been placed on file for investigation with a fine about 40 million RMB. By doing this, we have kept the order of the medicine market. Second, we have made focused efforts on bulk commodities and important links that plays an important role in ensuring the stable and sound development of our society. The bulk commodities prices are vulnerable to international shocks, so we have focused on all the important categories of commodity and important times and links, and to address the problems of an increase in coal prices, which may affect the supply of electricity. We have conducted inspections and we have imposed heavy penalties on 21 illicit enterprises, and we have imposed penalties on 3 enterprises that have driven up the prices of potash fertilizers. And to address the problem of a hike in the price of iron ore, we have also played our roles. Third, in terms of those commodities that are directly related to people's livelihood, for consumers, they are more sensitive to the things they use every day. The SAMR has taken the philosophy of supervision regulation for the people. Now we have carried out a special programs to crack down on all the price hiking and fee gathering activities. So on some illegal activities of some after-school tutoring institutions, now we have used the price law and the law against unfair competition. We have imposed the maximum fines on 15 such institutions. And now in terms of those mooncakes at exorbitant prices, now we have done our work to address this problem with such efforts of the prices, the packaging, and commercial advertising, etc. So the prices of mooncakes have been brought down significantly, and also to those kind of ice creams with exorbitant prices, we also responded to public concern, and we have guided the market entities in obeying relevant laws and regulations. Going forward, we will implement the implementations of the CPC Central Committee and the State Council, and to better serve the smooth operation of the economy, to better serve the interests of the people. Thank you. Stopping food waste is of great significance for ensuring national food security and advocating public civility and building a conservation-oriented society. Recently, the SAMR launched a special program against food waste. Could you brief us on the progress of this program? Thank you. Mr. Putin will take your question. Thank you. This is an important question. We should think that all the food have not come easily. Thrift is a traditional virtue of the Chinese nation. It is also a fine tradition of our party. The SAMR has placed stopping food waste on a prominent position. Now we have setting up standards, institutions, tightened supervisions, and law information, and we have made our best to make it known to the public the importance of saying no to food waste. From March this year, now we have conducted a 3-month-long special campaign against food waste in the regulatory authorities nationwide. It is hoped that by resolving a series of prominent issues and disclosing a series of illegal cases and formulating a series of standards and publicizing a series of classic experiences, we can form a good atmosphere in our society against food waste. We will do the following. First, we will tighten our supervision. We will bring the say no to food waste into our working mechanisms, and we'll also make random inspections into the restaurants. And when we see any food waste cases, we will bring all the entities responsible and accountable. And we have asked over 2.5 million catering businesses in conducting self-regulation, and we have made public 229 classic cases. The second, we have studied and formulating a guideline on preventing the waste of takeout food. Now, we have also urged the leading platforms of takeout food in playing an exemplary role, and we have guided the work in formulating detailed descriptions, and we have encouraged a series of activities that will bring down food waste in terms of takeaway food. For example, promoting the smaller portion of dishes, and we have also provided incentive to those who have done their part in preserving food security. Third, we have also taken bring down the loss of grain and say no to food waste into our 2023 national standard guidelines. And we have also promoted the formulation of the result regulation on the canteens of public institutions in China in terms of saying no to food waste. And we have also promoted all the industries in formulating 6 group standards against food safety, food waste. Fourth, we have also organized and we have worked with all the leading industry institutions in making it better known to the public about how important saving food is. And we have played anti-food safe promotional videos in 371 institutions of higher education. So we have reaching millions of university students. And we have also organized nearly 6,000 of the educational activities, and we have trained over 2.2 million professionals in the catering industry. So this has been well received. But stopping food waste needs the joint efforts of the whole society. This is a persistent effort. I'd like to take this opportunity to urge all more friends from the media. I hope you will pay more attention to our work in saying no to food waste. So let's become the practitioner and publicizer and supervisor for our food waste program so as to put in place a better dining habit that is civilized, sound.
You know that food safety is vital to people's lives, and ensuring food safety is essentially about ensuring responsibility. So what has the SAMR done in this regard, and what will you do in the future? Thank you for your question. General Secretary Xi Jinping has stressed on many occasions that ensuring food safety should be regarded as a major political task that the party committees and government agencies should be equally responsible. There should be rigorous standards, strict regulation, harsh punishment, and serious accountability. In last September, State Council Food Safety Commission published a document which instructed all local governments to set up tiered mechanisms for targeted regulation to see that there is strong action at the ground level and real effects at the consumer end, and fulfill their responsibility for their jurisdiction. And the SAMR also put forward regulations asking all businesses to put in place food safety directors and officers and ensure that responsibility is fulfilled at the smallest unit possible. And ensure if anything happens, we can find the person in charge, find out what happened, and ensure accountability. In terms of fulfilling responsibility by all actors, we will focus on the following. First, the enterprise's responsibility, which is the primary responsibility. We will supervise and guide enterprises in light of their business forms, size of their business, types of food, and risk levels to formulate a food safety risk control list and put the list into the whole process management of their businesses, and see that the enterprises will put in place food safety directors and officers, and according to their food safety risk control list, ensure that they put in place the mechanisms and rules for the officers to do their daily work, the directors do the weekly inspections, and the business head conduct monthly coordination and keep truthful records in this regard for future review. Second, in terms of the local government's responsibility for their respective jurisdictions, we will we have categorized all business producers and operators in the food industry into A, B, C, D classes according to the size and business forms, and assign these operators to the officials at the 4 levels of the prefecture, county, township, and village levels, and ensure every entity is assigned to a particular official. And for those officials, we have a system of 3 lists plus a commitment letter. The first list is a list of responsibilities which specifies the specific companies that an official should be responsible for. And the task list spells out the tasks for such officials. And the supervision list sets out the items for supervision by the upper level government, and a letter of commitment is a commitment signed by the official in terms of his or her responsibility and tasks, which will be put in files for future review, so that local government's responsibility for their jurisdiction will be specific, operable, and practical. Third, the regulator's responsibility. We will guide regulators at all levels to inspect and examine the implementation of the daily control, weekly inspection, and monthly coordination in their enterprises. And in case of those businesses who fail to fulfill its primary responsibility in food safety, regulators will order correction, fines, suspension of production or operation, and revocation of licenses. Through a mechanism of shared responsibility to ensure food safety, we will focus on local government heads and business safety management personnel who are the critical few in ensuring responsibility for food safety. We are to see that responsibility is fulfilled at the last mile, see that there are strong actions at the enterprise's end and real improvements at the consumer end, so as to ensure food safety for the people. Thank you. China Daily. Safety of special equipment is vital to our production and the life and property of the people. As all governments or localities work to grow the economy, production has picked up pace. So how do we ensure safety of such equipment and prevent accidents? I invite my colleague, Mr. Tian Shihong, to answer your question. Thank you for your question. As you said, the safety of special equipment concerns our work and life. Such equipment includes boilers, pressure vessels, pipelines, cylinders, and other pressure-bearing equipment, as well as elevators, passenger ropeways, large-scale amusement facilities, hoisting machinery, and special vehicles in the field and factories, and other electromechanic equipment. And the regulators have always put safety first and foremost and ensured safety regulation of such equipment. We have worked to fully review and eliminate the safety hazards and prevented such incidents. So far, the number of accidents and the number of deaths have seen decrease from on a year-on-year basis from last year. The decrease are 52% and 36.84% respectively, and there were no major accidents involving special equipment, and overall the situation is sound. We should also see that the number of special equipment is growing fast, and there are more and more old equipment, and the new equipment is emerging fast. So far, there are 19.9 million units of special equipment. Take elevators as an example. There are 9.89 million in-service elevators across China, and they transport over 2 billion people every day. Among them, old elevators that are running for over 15 years reached 736.8 thousand, and every year the total number of elevators grows by 10% every year. The number of large, high-parameter and high-risk special equipment is growing. New material, new technologies, and new equipment are emerging, and coming with that are all kinds of new risks and hazards. And some companies don't have a strong sense of safety in terms of special equipment uses. The management system for such equipment is poor, and daily maintenance is reduced to formality, and some of the operators don't have the qualifications, and all these increase the risk of accidents. So the SAMR will further strengthen the safety regulation of such equipment, see that businesses implement and fulfill their responsibility so as to provide a good environment for high-quality development. And we will focus on the following aspects. First, in terms of the responsibility of the regulators, we will encourage local governments to fulfill the responsibility to their jurisdiction and coordinate the campaign or action to correct those safety hazards and risks. Those who regulate a certain industry should also be responsible for safety management. And we will also leverage the role of the interagency meeting on special equipment safety under all levels of safety commissions so as to pull synergy. And in terms of businesses' responsibility, we will further enhance the implementation of all kinds of regulatory measures. And the second part is the responsibility of enterprises. We are formulating the rules on the supervision and management of fulfilling responsibilities by the operators and producers of such equipment, implement the mechanisms for the daily control, weekly inspection, and monthly coordination, see that enterprises have their safety directors and officers, and specify the responsibilities of their enterprises' heads. The regulators will make comprehensive efforts to raise awareness among enterprises, put in strict measures to ensure safety. And third, carry out targeted actions in this regard. In particular, we will step up examination and inspection on the special equipment in places like schools, hospitals, leisure venues and tourism sites, and we will also work on those weak links where accidents are prone, including the gas pressure pipelines, cylinders, small boilers, passenger ropeways, and unregistered and illegal uses of special equipment. And we'll focus on key areas, and key places. And in particular, we will focus on safety during big holidays and major events and prevent major accidents. Thank you. Next question, please. For the benefit of time, there are two more questions. In recent years, China has handled a series of cases of market monopoly and administrative monopoly. So, what measures will be taken to promote and protect fair competition? Thank you for your question, and I invite my colleague, Mr. Pu Chun, to answer your question. Just now, when answering the question from Kyodo News, I touched upon this question, but the question you're asking now is broader in terms of market monopoly and administrative monopoly. So in recent years, the SAMR has implemented the decisions of the CPC Central Committee and the State Council, and handled a batch of major typical cases which attracted a lot of attention from society and produced good results. So in terms of our steps going forward, we will fully implement the requirements set at the 20th CPC National Congress in taking stronger actions against monopoly and promoting fair competition, and we will work on the following four aspects. First, we will improve the legal system and enhance the legal foundation for fair competition. We will strengthen fair competition policy's foundational status, implement the anti-monopoly law, and revise the law against unfair competition. We will improve the supporting regulations, including the threshold for collective declaration, make our law more operable and predictable, and so that the businesses will have a clearer understanding of the rules and regulations and law enforcement procedures and have more confidence in the market environment. Second, we will further regulate the inappropriate intervention in market competition by administrative power to break regional protectionism and administrative monopoly. We will improve the fair competition review system and regulation, improve mechanisms including the third-party review and regular inspection and examination. We will strengthen law enforcement on the abuse of administrative power to eliminate and restrict competition and set clear rules and boundaries, improve conduct, enhance the authority of regulation, enhance the effectiveness of law enforcement, and ensure that products, factors, and resources can flow freely. Third, we will further improve the efficiency and effectiveness of anti-monopoly law enforcement to ensure fair competition, in particular in sectors related to people's livelihood, especially those that people are most concerned about. We will strengthen the collective review of key areas and improve the efficiency of our case handling. And we improve the management system for fair competition and compliance and improve the market competition environment. The last one is we will improve our governance in fair competition and expand our counter-monopolies influence at home and abroad. We will raise awareness, including the China Fair Competition Policy Week, and we will publish the annual reports on anti-monopoly and anti-unfair competition law enforcement to build high-quality brands in awareness raising, and we will deepen international cooperation, align with international high-standard rules, participate in international competition governance, and create a better environment so as to spur better competition and creativity so as to make bigger contribution to the fostering of a new development paradigm and high-quality development. Thank you. Next question, please.
The Central Economic Work Conference called for vigorous development of the digital economy and improved regulation. So may I ask what measures the SAMR has taken in this regard and how to guide the sound development of Internet platforms? Thank you for your question. This CPC Central Committee, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, attaches great importance to the role of the digital economy and has made a series of major decisions and plans. The SAMR have conscientiously studied and implementing the important instructions of Secretary General Xi Jinping, followed the rules for the growth of the digital economy, and has steadily increased its regular supervision on the Internet platforms. We have mainly done the following 5 things to promote the sound development of the Internet platforms. First, we have provided more rules and regulations to put in place an institutional environment that is stable, transparent, and predictable. We have improved the basic rules and regulations on digital economy, and we have improved the supporting systems such as guidelines, directives, and standards. So we have sent a clear message to the market with open, fair, and transparent rules and regulations so as to stabilize the market expectation and boost the market's confidence. Second, we have advanced the development of the regulatory mechanisms and so as to promote the effective coordination of Internet platform supervision. We have explored ways to build a responsibility system that is multi-tiered, and we have given full play to the coordinating role, such as the Joint Conference on Online Market Regulation. We have improved the cross-departmental comprehensive law enforcement and explored ways to build a mechanism that is based on regional integration, coordination, cooperation, and docking. Third, we have innovated the regular regulation model and ensure that all the Internet platforms will take their due responsibilities. And now we have grasped all the full links. We have improved the dynamic management system on all the Internet platforms. We have formulated all the measurements for subdivided sectors. We have improved such measures of the government, such as assessment, random inspection, day-to-day supervision, incentives, and punishment for violations. Fourth, we have done more to promote digitalization and increase the capacity of smart regulation. Now we have explored ways to better apply new technologies such as big data, blockchain, and artificial intelligence on the supervision and law enforcement on Internet platforms. We have also quickened our pace on building a regulatory platform on online transactions. Now we have increased the alert system and risk management system. We have made our regulation more penetrating so as to provide more targeted, timely, and effective regulation. Fifth, we have optimized the services measures so as to better unleash the momentum for the growth of the digital economy. Now we will give the full play to the online market regulation and the service demonstration zones. Now we will galvanize the different localities in turning out innovative service models in regulation. We will also promote the development of industrial clusters, and we will further optimize the business environment and to guide all the Internet platforms to be more open, creative, and empowering. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, you were listening to Chinese market regulators briefing the media on their work plan for this year. Now, a couple of takeaways. Officials said they will deepen reform to improve the vitality of the market. They will promote fair competition to motivate businesses. They will enhance the rule of law, like the anti-monopoly law, to stimulate the market and instill confidence. They will introduce measures to help private businesses and ensure a sound market order, especially in areas like food and medicine. And of course, we'll continue to keep an eye on any other announcements and bring it to you as we get them.